that we can become very happy and loving to other people is by learning the law, universal law of occult offering, which exists, is true, mysterious, and it comes from the universe. For this universal law, we will need the energies of enthusiasm, aspiration, and abnegation. These energies, we will ask the universe, if we don't have them in our inner universe, with faith, hope, and humbleness, to be able to give to others with enthusiasm, abnegation, and aspiration. To apply this law, universal law of occult offering, we will be in tune with the universe so that we become channels in order to give to others with the attribute of enthusiasm, aspiration, and abnegation, which are very important in order to give with all our hearts to other people the gifts that we want to give. How do we know this is working? This law is very important that we set in motion, and that when we realize we have enthusiasm, aspiration, and abnegation in our inner universe, then we can start thinking who to give these gifts. And it's important that the people we want to give these gifts are open-hearted and they deserve the gift. So abnegation, for those who don't know what it is, basically we need to self-sacrifice our time, our energies for another human being that we think they deserve that gift, or anything that we want to share, love, a simple smile. If we have a lot of abundance in our life, we can also give things. Enthusiasm is energy that we need for the gift giving or sharing of emotion and love to other human beings. It's important, and enthusiasm is something that we give with a lot of joy, with a lot of happiness. Yeah, like a little kid when they are outside playing, they are so happy, and this is how we should prepare to give to others, with lots of enthusiasm. Aspiration, very important. With aspiration, we can see further, when we give the gift, what can become to us at the end. Meaning, why we give the gift. The first point of that is that we want to be happy ourselves, and we want to make humanity a better place to live. So the more you give, the more you get in return, so that you can give even more and more, and that way people will look at you like a really nice person to be with. So this is a good aspiration already, to think about why we want to do this, full of love, enthusiasm, abnegation, and aspiration. How this law, universal law of occult offering, help other human beings is the same when we give these gifts, these feelings of love from our hearts. These human beings, they will receive, if they are open to receive, if they deserve, and they will become happy, joyful, because you are doing something from your heart. You are a channel from the universe, and that person might be inspired to do the same as you do. So this can become many people giving gifts with love. It would be the ideal world to live in. So for this, we have our center, which is here somewhere, called the heart, in Tantra and Hatha Chakra, and it's very important to awaken the spirit of love in what we do, especially in the universal law of occult offering, and charge these gifts with all our love, all our enthusiasm, aspiration, and abnegation, in order for these people to really feel inspired for the love that we want to share. Also, when we love other people with detachment, we can get other energies from the universe like goodwill, altruism, kindness, tenderness, and gentleness. This will fill up our souls very much, and something that we can aspire to in our lives. A good way to practice is by giving love to our beloved ones, or family members. We can express our love in small gestures, like giving them a really good evening to share some food together and nourish. And if you have a lover you really love, you can even give lots of pleasure and love to that person. The more and more pleasure you give to that person, you will feel and you will get in return. That's the law of universal of occult offering, which is simple as that. What you give, you get, and the more you give, the more you get back. But for this, it's very important that first we love ourselves. Because if we don't have that love for ourselves, in the first moment we give that gift, we cannot give that gift, basically. Because we don't have the source of love or abundance materially. If you are poor, you cannot give something. And if you don't love yourself, how can you love somebody else? You will need to receive maybe love for somebody to learn how is love, energy. We also need to be very aware of this law of occult offering, that it can work the other way. So the same as you give good to others and receive good in return, if you do bad to others, even unconsciously, you can get the same amount of bad energy to your inner universe. Meaning, for example, for me, I don't like gossiping, but I see when people gossip somehow, and I turn to the other group, they're talking about that same person. And somehow I feel that they're disconnected together because they talk to their backs. They are not talking to each other. And this is the law in itself, but in the bad way. So be very careful when you work with energies that they are not nice for other people, because obviously you will get in return sooner or later. Another universal aspect could be, it's very important to realize that when we set in motion this law for 7 or 9 months, for example, and we work very hard, perseverantly every day to give other people with enthusiasm, aspiration, and abnegation, with lots of love, whatever we want to give, from a simple smile to something that somebody likes very much, and you want to share music to a group of people, or you want to give an erotic massage to your lover. And we do this perseverantly every day, we practice. Then these same energies will grow in us from 7% to 70%. And the expansion of this in your inner universe can make you feel really, really good. So you don't need to look for any other external, let's say, alcohol or drugs, let's say. There is a simple exercise for you to understand how this can work for you, and it's by simply the times you are alone and you are like, okay, I'm going to cook something very nice that I really like for myself. You sit down alone, you eat, very nice indeed. But try this with the people you love, with your friends, and you invite them to eat the same food, which is nourished, and you will see how the experience is incremented immensely. You will taste the food way much better than when you are alone, because you are sharing, and these people will enjoy what you cook, and you will see how the flavors of that food is even better for your taste buds, because you enjoy every single human being there, how your food is so good. Yes, what kind of gifts we can give if you need more ideas? And it's very important that we are ourselves healthy, harmonious, and with the right attitude. We can give material gifts if we have abundance, spiritual gifts like states of happiness or love, or a simple smile, erotic gifts like a full loving erotic massage, psychic gifts like really good music, mental gifts like a very good book, vital gifts like a good nourishing meal. To whom we can give these gifts? To anybody really, starting from your family members to the loving ones, work colleagues, neighbors, even people you don't know on the street, like the kids. Just help them when you see it's the right moment to help them. What is important to remember in this little lecture is that we can give only those gifts that we have at our disposition in our inner universe. So think clearly what you have in your own being and give what you have to start with. That could be love, it could be enthusiasm, that could be lots of joy, playfulness, yeah. It's very important that we are very, very enthusiastic, full of aspiration, and with lots of good attitude and abnegation, self-sacrifice. It requires really to forget our ego and just give to others. You will get back, then you detach for what you give, and you repeat, 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 and you will see you will grow. We will give to those that are open to receive. So sometimes, like it happened with your ex-boyfriend, you give and it doesn't really work. We have to be careful with this. Yeah, it's very important that we focus on the universe, which is infinite, to call upon these energies, to be ready to be the channel of these gifts full of love. And don't forget what we give, we get in return, and what we all want is to make this planet Earth a happy, peaceful place to live.